G'day guys, Ninja, got Jerrick on the table. We're going to show you some stuff going through the abdominals when you've got lower back pain. So it's stuff that complements your lower back treatment. If you're, perhaps even if you're not getting the results you want, look at the abdominals. So you can go to the psoas, but you can also try and push right into the spine, the lower back, but from the front, and kind of any attachments in there that are dragging you into like a posterior tilt, and you got, you know, you're stretched out here, and you want to be more like that. So this might be something you can activate and release. So what we're going to do is go in here first. So going in sideways, trying to get in underneath the guts.
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah, so organs and stuff. So I'm just going to sit there. This place in the body too, you can feel quite vulnerable, exposed. It's intrusive kind of feeling if you're not used to it. So yeah, when you're talking to people about doing it, you got to really explain the importance of doing it and how the muscles are attaching in here and what their function is. But also that vulnerability you can have, because this is the processing of your food that happens in this sort of area of your body, so your digestion. So there could be parallels there with how you're processing life. So if you're holding onto your shit or losing your shit, you know, things like that. So that might be a little conversation you can have with people, you know. And there's so many different issues in here as well. Like particularly women have endo and things like that, period pain, and yeah, that kind of stuff is you know, pretty apparent in society these days, isn't it? Like a lot of people got digestive issues, you know, bloating and inflammation in their gut. So yeah, I'm just going to try and push in more towards that spine. And we're just looking at the muscle chart before too. So there is actually 6 layers of abdominals in this external oblique kind of region. So you got to really push through it. And you can kind of see from the muscle chart as well, it's just all this white fascia sheet through the abdominals on the surface. So if that is getting all sort of solid and adhesive, then you kind of, yeah, can be really stuck as well. So yeah, it's an important area of the body, but yeah, we're trying to, at MMT, make a lot of these different spots in the body treated, you know, like, you know, don't be so, yeah, they're sacred spots. We hold them very dearly. There's, you know, really deep anatomy, anatomical structures, you know, in our stomach and under our ribs and things, but they can be accessed, and then the freedom is on the other side, isn't it?
Yeah, you definitely feel better after.
Yeah, we want people to live free, and if you do need things addressed, you actually got to get in there and engage with it. Face it in a way. Things ain't going to change if you're not going there. Yeah. You know, they just stay unearthed, don't they? They just stay stuck. And you just got no idea, you know, until you actually dig into things, push into things. There's just, it stays in your unconscious. And so what we're trying to do is make things conscious that are unconscious. Just pressing in there. Like that. So I'm just going to come out. So we're working through the layers of the abdominals there, but let's move that young Elliot was.
Elliot.
So across the belly button here like this. So it's a bit of a different move. We might even get Elliot, the man, to do it himself. So I can kind of just hold my weight there for a tick. How's that feel, man?
Feels different. Like it feels like borderline a stitch.
Yeah.
I just want to try to stay in tune and just relax into it. It's not an area that I kind of press onto myself, so I feel like I want to guard up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it is, you know, that thing we're talking about, the sacredness, this processing area of the body. You know, there is a lot going on here too, like the microbial world is kind of like talking like it's another brain. We do have gut feelings. Yeah, that's it. You know, and who's controlling us? Is it the head or is it the gut? The gut wants us to wander around and find nourishment, and you know, whether it's food, water, or you know, liquids or air. We're searching for that, and so the gut can be leading the head, and sometimes if we get sick, crook in our guts, you know, our microbial world is getting out of balance, the diversity is not there, it's or balance is not intact, then we can kind of have our gut feelings are out. We're craving food that's actually not really food, you know.
Sugars.
Yeah, the sugars and the salts and all that kind of stuff, you know, that is on the top of the chips and the burgers and the things like that. Because like actual salt, you know, natural sea salt provides good living minerals. You know, and I'll kind of talk about before, the salt, you can tell if it's a good salt, living salt, if you put it in a glass jar and it climbs the walls. And it feels a bit wet when you actually, you know, take it out of the jar on your fingers, you know, it sticks. So how's that feel, bro?
Oh yeah, it's pretty tender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I kind of lean back a little, I'm just going to try and get towards your spine a little now. Like that. So I'm pushing through, you know, colon, things like that, stomach a bit, but I'm trying to work towards that front of that spine and give it that love that it needs. These really deep anatomical structures, you know, they're serving us all through our life, you know, and they do need attention, just like, you know, a hamstring or a neck. We're really using it. And I suppose, yeah, like we were saying before, a bit of metaphysics. Are you losing your shit? Are you holding on to your shit? Like, are you processing life? Like, when you're kind of receiving this kind of work, it's really important that you're physically healthy and strong yourself, so you can actually hold space for people if there is emotion coming up. Because, yeah, a lot of times when you have work of this nature, really slow, holding things, it can bring up that traumas and triumphs that are held in that fascia, because that's where the library is. And sometimes you don't even know you got that book, you know. It's been on the shelf in the library down under the house for decades. And sometimes with the bodywork, when it's consensual, they're saying, yeah, fucking, let's pull this book out, let's have a look at it. Because it can be representative of that time when that initial trauma was experienced in your life, and it hasn't been processed. So there's been triggers, links all throughout your life of similar kind of events, and you'll respond in a similar way that you did when you were young, and to protect yourself and to survive and things. But it's not necessarily the best way to approach, you know, behave when you're a more mature person, you know. So anyway, what do you reckon? I'll come out of there slow. A bit of redness in there.
Oh, I felt good actually. A bit uncomfortable, but I was breathing through it.
Yeah.
Wow.
How you feel, bro?
I feel light.
Light.
That's good.
So it'd be really interesting to see how your back is feeling just from having that work done. So what we would do, we'd go around the other side, do the psoas, and maybe try and hit into that spine from the other direction, see if there's what it feels like. If there's any comparisons, then we'd get up and test. So yeah. There's also groin, hips, hip flexors, things like that. The iliacus we can do as well. But yeah, just for today, a little bit of psoas, external obliques, and the big gut smash.
Gut smash.
Gut smash. So yeah, if you're at a loss how to fix your back pain, or you've got some stuff you're not processing in your life, maybe some work through the abdominals could unlock some answers. Thank you. Done.